Let me ask you something really quick. Have you ever lived in a place and just felt it feels different? The views don't look real, and somehow life just slows down a little bit, but also levels up at the same time? That's Colorado Springs, folks. Today, we're going to talk about why living here in Colorado Springs is absolutely magical. It sounds cheesy, but this is a line that I've been using for years, and I still believe in it. This place is absolutely magical. I'm Charles Beaton with Beaton Brothers Property Experts, and today I'm going to talk to you about a list of things that make Colorado Springs magical. We recently did a video of pros and cons, and after I did that video, I was like, you know what? There's like 100 pros that I could talk about. I think I hit every con I could find, but there are way more pros, and I thought I would do just a video dedicated to only the pros of living in Colorado Springs. Let's start with number one.
Pikes Peak.
I did touch on this before in our previous video, but I didn't really get into the details that I wanted to get into, and I could talk about America's Mountain all day. Let's start with this. 14,115 feet to the top. There's a toll booth that you go through, and you go all the way to the top. The only thing I don't love is sometimes it's not open to the top all the way if the weather is not favorable, but I will tell you most of the times it is, and there's a hotline you can call to make sure that they're open all the way to the top. Now, it's known as America's Mountain because this is where the song America the Beautiful was inspired by Kathy Lee Bates. Now, let's move into other technical aspects of Pikes Peak. There is the International Hill Climb, which not a lot of people know about, but it started in 1916. Show me a motorsports race that is older than that. We're talking over 100 years ago, 110 to be exact. From the base of the mountain all the way to the top, it's 12.42 miles with 156 turns. From pavement to literally being in the sky, being able to see multiple states. And they just renovated the building that's up there. It used to be this old little one-story place. They sold donuts and souvenirs. Now it's like this massive $65 million glass structure with views that are impeccable. The thing's like 4 stories tall. It took years to complete, but man, they absolutely nailed it. And I am super proud of Pikes Peak for that. It's amazing. The Pikes Peak International Hill Climb is part race, part science experiment, part insanity, and it happens right in our backyard. It is an absolutely amazing thing. Like I said before, if you see all the Lamborghinis driving around town, you see all these crazy race cars, you know the hill climb's in session. Number 2, weather that actually makes sense. And we are a big fan of this here. We have one of the best sun ratings in the country, over 300 plus days of sunshine, low humidity, so you don't have to worry about mold. We don't have to worry about crazy hair, right? It doesn't feel like you're in a sauna all the time. And then the snow melts really quick too. So if you love snow, you can find it in the mountains and it'll be there all year, trust me. But if you want to live in an area that's a very mild climate during the winter, as it stands right now, late January, 50 degrees outside. All sun, all day, no snow on the ground. Even though we got about 9 inches a few days ago, it's all gone, except for in the shadows, it'll stay. But you can go from, grilling in February and hiking in December. And it's not marketing. It is what's normal here. This is our everyday life in Colorado Springs. So weather to me is one of the things that separates us from all the other places, and lack of insects as well. I'm going to group this into the weather on number 2. There's no insects. I mean, there are insects, don't get me wrong, but mosquitoes, unless you're by a lake, non-existent. We don't have screens on a lot of the houses, believe it or not. People just open their windows because we just don't have a ton of insects. Now, so we still have pest control that you have to get into, that monthly or quarterly service. Get the little glue traps by your garage doors, mouse traps if you live in more of a rural area. But it is nothing like growing up like I did in the Midwest, where you saw a mosquito, there was fur on its back, and it almost looked like a bird. Yeah, we don't have that here. So I'm going to attribute that to being in the high desert climate that we have here. Number 3, outdoor access is not just a weekend thing. In Colorado Springs, the outdoors aren't a hobby. It's part of our infrastructure here. All right. I'm really proud to say that. Just to name a few things, In Colorado Springs alone, we have Garden of the Gods, which is truly magical. You don't even have to get out of your car, and you can drive around the park and you can check it out. But I will tell you, there are pull-offs everywhere, and for a reason. You're going to want to get out, take selfies, take pictures with friends. There's a balanced rock there. It's unbelievable. And just down the road from that, you have Red Rocks Canyon open space. So there's hiking there. I remember driving by and I just saw people kind of rappelling off the rocks. I mean, that is a really cool area. We have Memorial Park, which has a lake for $10 a day. You can drop in your wakeboard boat and go skiing or wakeboarding, believe it or not. And surrounding that entire park, you have an ice rink, skate parks, beach volleyball. I mean, it is right in the center of town, and it is impeccably beautiful with the views. You have Pikes Peak right in your background. It's amazing. You have Cheyenne Mountain State Park, which is a state park that we have right here in Colorado Springs as well, on the south side, right on the other side of 115 from Fort Carson. There's camping there. There's hiking. You can actually go to the top of Cheyenne Mountain. It's a really, really cool hike. And that's just to name a few of the outdoorsy type stuff that we have here. Just a few more. We have Bear Creek Dog Park. That's a 40-acre leashless dog park with water bowls all over the place. There's a river that runs through it. It is really cool. You go through the double gates and boom, you let your dog go, and it is amazing. And the views are great. So it's not only just for the dogs, it's for us humans as well, walking through. Not a bad little hike. And we have many, many other things that I can get into about the outdoor aspect of Colorado Springs. But what we're here to talk about are all the things that make Colorado Springs magical. And that's going to bring us to point number 4, which I think is a large one, is military roots and the economic stability that we have with the 6 military installations within an hour drive of each other, within Colorado Springs, about a half-hour drive, but I like to include Buckley Space Force Base. It's not in Colorado Springs, it's in Aurora, full disclosure, but we have 6 military installations within an hour drive, and these are very active military installations. So I'll go over them real quick. Fort Carson to the south, you have Cheyenne Mountain NORAD just to the west of that, up in Cheyenne Mountain. To the east, we have Peterson Space Force Base, and then we have Schriever Space Force Base. On the north end of town, on the Front Range here near Monument, we have the U.S. Air Force Academy, and then we have Buckley up in Aurora. So 6 military installations, and that is not counting all of the National Guard, Army Reserve, all the other reserve component infrastructure that we have here in Colorado Springs, because they have a lot of beautiful buildings here as well. To me, that screams jobs, it screams infrastructure, it screams long-term stability. So I think that we have a lot of high-paying, great jobs here, which is a great segue into number 5, space, tech, and high-paying jobs. We have, and this is something that people don't realize, but Colorado Springs is Space City. I know that the Space Force moved its headquarters to Huntsville, Alabama, but that is a very small part of it. We have aerospace, we have defense contractors, cybersecurity, engineering, tech startups. It's not flashy like Silicon Valley. It's quiet, serious, and very well paid. And I can tell you that just driving up and down the streets, I mean, I'll use my street. I will be the example here. My entire street, all ex-military, all contractors in every single one of those areas that I just talked about: aerospace, defense contracting, cybersecurity, engineering, and then we have one tech startup. So it is a very, very cool area here, and it's like the silent professionals, in my opinion. Not flashy, but it works. Let's go to number 6, schools and family life. This is something that I hit on the pros and cons video. I don't think I hit it hard enough, but we have such a strong public school district system, in my opinion, for a guy that's lived in several states, playing hockey, being in the military, just seeing different things, and having 3 boys myself, putting them in schools. If you're raising a family here, this should be a really important bullet for you guys. We have private and charter school options, which I hit before. We have classical academies. We have homeschool academies where they can go 1 or 2 days a week in person, or they can be full-on homeschool where they don't go in person. We have youth sports everywhere. And when I say everywhere, Colorado Springs, I'm a hockey guy, so this hits hard. We have 7 sheets of ice in Colorado Springs. It's an amazing thing. There are soccer fields everywhere. I drove my kids to school today and then came back. And in that short 15-minute round trip, 20-minute round trip, I think I saw 8 Pride stickers. There's a soccer club here called the Pride, and they are all over the place. Another huge thing that my kids also will partake in, it's called Soccer Buddies. No, Land Sharks, that's what it is. There's also Soccer Buddies for the soccer family. It's an indoor place, really cool. But Land Sharks, oh my gosh, there are Land Sharks all over the place. It's a kids running club. Every school has a team, and it's all over town. It's an amazing thing. Here, this is a place where kids still ride bikes up and down the street, as long as they're not on elevation. There's some neighborhoods with some pretty steep inclines, but parents still know the neighbors. Like, it is really cool. My house, my street would not be the same without my neighbors. I love every single one of my neighbors. They're amazing. We have such awesome community, and this is not unique to us. This is all over the place. I will go to clients' houses. They have a housewarming party, a move-in party, a barbecue, a 4th of July party, whatever it may be. We'll go there, and it's the same way. Like, I can't say that enough. I didn't grow up with that, so it's a really cool thing to see here. I absolutely love it, which now is going to get us into number 7, entertainment and culture. Yes, really, in Colorado Springs, entertainment and culture. I'm going to start with this. Colorado Springs isn't boring. It's just grown up. All right, so let's start off with the Ford Amphitheater. Number 1, this is only a venue that's 2 years old, and it's brought in huge names, like I said before: Dierks Bentley, Miranda Lambert, Alison Krauss, Robert Plant, 3-6 Mafia, Brantley Gilbert's coming. It's pretty cool. They have a very wide range of artists that have come in such a short amount of time. Now, what I love about the Ford Amphitheater is we're not driving past County Line Road to go to concerts, right? We're staying in Colorado Springs, and there's big names that are here, and it's not the only venue here where large names will come. But I am so tired of going all the way up to Red Rocks or Denver. The concert gets over at 10:30, 11. You're fighting the traffic. You don't get home till 1 or 2 in the morning. Not anymore with the Ford Amphitheater. Thank you very much for that. They do have major concerts. It is a very unique outdoor venue. There's like 120 fire pits there. Each fire pit has 8 seats around it. They do have a lawn seating. They do have a section 100 seating with standard chairs, or they have the pit in the front. It's a standard, amphitheater, but it's total luxury, great food, bathrooms all over the place. Next thing I want to hit is the Olympic and Paralympic Museum, which was just built for I don't know how many millions and millions of dollars, but this thing is like state of the art. If you see the pictures, you drive by on the highway and you're like, what is that thing? They have a circle waterfall right on the grounds in the front. This thing must be 100 feet tall, and water comes down. It's like a little water park area for the public. But right behind it, you have this very futuristic building. It kind of looks like the Louis Vuitton building in Las Vegas. But in there, it's just levels and levels and beautiful, beautiful exhibits of the accomplishments that our country has had through the Olympians over the years. And it's really cool. And that's right downtown Colorado Springs. Let's talk about local breweries, just to name a few. Goat Patch is an amazing one. You have a really cool place off of the Garden of the Gods down at the end. It's like there are so many breweries, I don't even know where to start. But you can literally spend weeks going from brewery to brewery to brewery and microbrewery, and they're all over the place. We do have a few distilleries in town, but local breweries are amazing. Our coffee culture is second to none. They're all over the place as well. You have farmers markets, anywhere from Black Forest to Fountain, Security, Widefield, Colorado Springs. They are all over the place. So love the farmers markets here. And then you also have Manitou Springs, which is right next door at the base of Pikes Peak. They have festivals like it's going out of style, to name a few. The coffin races in October. Yes, it's like they line the streets with hay bales, and people will do coffin races for the Halloween festivities. The wine and cheese festival that they have, I absolutely love it. You can have fun here in Colorado Springs without absolute chaos. That's the difference. You're not going to find places. I mean, maybe you can. I just don't know about them. But it's not like Ibiza, right? It's not like a crazy Las Vegas area. It is a mountain community that has flavors of a lot of things going on here. Now let's go into something that I would consider myself an expert in after doing this for many years and working with hundreds and hundreds of clients, real estate and cost of living. Let's talk housing because everyone asks, and I will be doing separate segments about VA assumable loans. Are they a good idea? And different types of real estate stuff, but that's not what this video is about. We're way more affordable than Denver. I'm going to summarize all of this. Way more affordable than Denver. You get more space for your money. The more south you go in Colorado, the further that your dollar will go for you. New builds, we have established neighborhoods that have trees that are 50, 80 years old, or you have the new build community like I mentioned. You have mountain views without mountain prices. There are houses that are $300,000 to $400,000 where you have $1 million mountain views. It's unbelievable. And then sometimes you have multi-million dollar houses that are in the woods and you have no views, right? So it's whatever your flavor is, but the fact that you have access to those $1 million mountain views for less than $500,000 is second to none. I absolutely love it. People move here thinking temporary, or they think it's temporary, and I am an absolute product of this. And then they buy and they never leave. I will tell you that I was in the military for the better part of 10 years at that time. And we moved here. Colorado Springs is so magical. I decided to start selling houses. Instead of stay in the military, I had a very promising career, loved it, loved my soldiers, but just Colorado Springs absolutely trumped everything else. And it happens to a lot of people here. All right, moving on. Pace of life is the secret sauce. This is a part that you can't Google, you can't really research unless you're here. Less traffic, less noise, more time, more breathing room. You can find that really easily in Colorado Springs, and you're going to find that, you don't have to look very hard for it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Colorado Springs lets you build a life, not just survive one. No matter what pace of life you're looking for, you can find it here at all ends of the spectrum. And if you want something else, you drive 45 minutes to Denver, and then you can come back to Colorado Springs. Or if you want something on the polar opposite, you drive 40 minutes down to Pueblo or Pueblo West. They have a beautiful option for life there as well. Huge fan of Pueblo County as well. Now, getting into things that are a little bit more personal to me, I think there was a book about this that I read to my kids at one point. It's called like The Places You Will Go. I like to ride motorcycles, right? I ride an Indian, have a Pursuit. Just up the road, we have Cripple Creek, we have Victor, we have Woodland Park, and these places all take their roots from the gold rush. They're mining towns. And I absolutely love that. I love history. Here in Colorado Springs, we have the old historic North End where homes were built in the mid 1800s, some of them. And they've got these nice little plaques on there that will tell you about it. It is just a really cool city. I love the history. I love the fact that you can, hook up your camper, you can get on the motorcycle, or you can hop in the car and you can just drive, and you're going to be in a total different climate, a total different environment. For example, an hour and 15 minutes away, 11 Mile Canyon, 11 Mile State Park. You go there and it's a huge rock lake area that you can launch a boat in, and you can go in. During the winter, you can ice fish there, but the campsites are overlooking this absolute beautiful area. The sunsets are second to none. The sunrises are even better if you can imagine it. So just having that ability to move on to different areas would be my number 10, which is location, location, location. I talked about it on the micro level, being able to go up to the mountains, ride the motorcycles, go to 11 Mile, whatever it was. But location on the macro level, just being in the West. Somebody told me one time the West is best. I fully support that. Vegas is an hour and 45-minute flight away. You can go to Aspen and go over Independence Pass. It's only 3.5 hours away. There are so many great places. Texas, the border's only about 8 hours away. Santa Fe, New Mexico, about 4 hours away. It is a perfect location, in my opinion. And the Colorado Springs Airport is one of the golden nuggets that not a lot of people know anything about. Look it up. Fly Coast. They have commercials. They have websites. They have advertisement. I can quite literally drive my vehicle there. The second I'm on site at Colorado Springs Airport, I park in short-term parking or long-term parking for either $8 a day or $15 a day. Prices right now in early 2026. And I can be through security if I'm not checking bags in less than 10 minutes and sitting at the lounge or my gate. There are so many cool things, and I love that airport. I feel like I could do a whole segment on that. But location, location, location. Now, if you are from the East Coast or you have family on the East Coast or Florida, you're going to be hurting a little bit because the flights there are pretty far. And typically, Colorado Springs won't fly direct to a lot of those places. Colorado Springs will go direct to Vegas, Texas. I mean, there's a lot of direct flights, but you're going to be usually taking a hopper from Colorado Springs to Denver and then moving on to the next destinations. And I absolutely love it. The West is best. Now, Colorado Springs, is it perfect? I don't think any place is, but if you're looking for space, sunshine, opportunity is a huge one in a city that still feels human, this is the place for you. I really love that. It sounds cheesy, but it's so true. Now, if you're thinking of moving here, you're thinking of investing here in Colorado Springs, follow along, subscribe, hit the like button, comment, because this is just the start of a very long string of YouTube. I am committing to making these videos. I'm committing to being out there and being that wealth of knowledge to the best of my ability and talking to you guys from all over the world what I see. If I could just show you my view out of my window right now of the sunset of Pikes Peak, it's second to none. Maybe someday I will in one of these videos. I'll grab the camera and open the blind and just show you. But it is an amazing place. Please think of us, consider us. If you need anything at all, reach out to us, send us an email, text me personally, shoot us a direct message. We'll certainly be able to help out. But at a very minimum, like and subscribe, comment if you have any questions. We're very active on that. Thank you so much. Make it a great day. Adios.